Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told we have something very special to show you guys today.
Oh.
Something no one else has seen ever.
Yeah.
First time, world premiere.
No, they told me
Todd?
before I came out. I haven't seen it either. So here's what they did. SYFY came for the last couple months and have been dogging my tail, and they were there through issue 300 and some other stuff. So they basically got to see all the sort of the good, the bad, and the indifferent of my life, and putting the 300 book together that's going to go. You guys should have been around for 301, because that was even more hysterical in terms of trying to get it out. That's going to set the Guinness Book World Record that we're going to get out. But I guess they've got a trailer. I haven't even seen it myself.
The world premiere of the trailer for the SYFY documentary on Todd McFarlane. We're going to show it to you right now.
First time. Where is it?
If you think back to the 90s, the horror elements of Spawn really made it stand out. All the spikes and the chains and the fire. It was something that was completely unique.
We're basically the stars of the industry at that point. They're opening up a whole new sort of lane of business.
This guy did a little bit of Spider-Man, created Spawn. He's got a toy company that makes toys. This is insane.
I'm living up in Calgary, Alberta. I was a comic book fiend. And on this show, somebody's holding up a comic book page. The guy holding it is the artist, John Byrne.
From that moment on, I started the drive of trying to get into comic books.
It's not hard to do something for 8 hours a day if you want to do it or you enjoy it. You can't just be determined for the sake of being determined. There has to be some purpose that is doable in a fair-minded way.
When he does like things a certain way, he sees it differently than everybody else, and you get it.
That focus that I have can be a detriment to the point that I get so focused, I lose track of other things.
I don't know how many people could get hundreds of rejection letters saying, you don't have it, give it up.
They're going to always try and say, it's not possible, don't do it. Don't listen to them.
Started Image Comics and was doing Spawn. It was a pretty small operation. It was just him and I. I don't think he had a master plan of creating his own comic book company.
The original concept of Spawn was this guy who is in love with this woman and it's taken away from him. He just wants to go back and say goodbye one last time. He makes literally the deal with the devil.
I still have some of those comic books back in my dad's attic. Not too often you see, African-American superheroes, so I was always really drawn to that.
Todd did for toys what he did for comics. He came in and he brought extra detail, more devotion to how the toys actually look.
There were people who were like, stick to comics, but he went for it. I think Todd's force of will was able to make these things happen. He just kept going and going.
Good to meet you.
It's amazing to see the fan interaction between Todd and his fans. That is the coolest thing to see.
Without the fans, then we don't have a career. The fan is never a nuisance.
He takes this drive to push boundaries, do things in a little different way, but always be there for the fans, and I think that's kind of the key to his success.
Change in the world will always come from the outside. It will never come from the inside, because the people that are on the inside will always be beholden to the system. Take that inspiration and do it.
Can I add one thing? Spawn 300 was a week late. It was because of these guys. Because I'm trying to get my pages done, and they're going, can you walk up a mountain? Right? Can you do like this stupid stuff? And I'm like, doesn't seem supernatural to me. And plus, I got pages I got to get done, which is why you saw a couple pictures I put on Instagram where I was at the top of the mountain. I was inking because while they were setting up their shots, I had to get pages done, right? The top of the mountains. Your boys were really hot that day, right? Because I live in Phoenix, 110 degrees, and I'm like a cockroach, right? I can just live through anything. And these people were just melting, just going, I can't do this anymore, Todd. And I'm like, you were the one that told me we had to come up here in the middle of my deadline. It's ridiculous. So you guys are going to finish this. We're going to finish it. But otherwise, the book would have got done, and I wouldn't have to bump it a week.
We'll take the blame, because this thing's going to be fantastic. It's going to air later this year on the SYFY Network. To stay up to date on all the latest developments with it and to find out when and where exactly it's going to air, subscribe to SYFY WIRE's newsletter at syfywire.com/newsletter. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Todd McFarlane.
Hey, thanks for everybody. Thanks everybody coming by. Thanks.
Of course, he's got one more thing to say. Go ahead.
What is it?
You have one more thing to say?
What is it?
You have one more thing to say?
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't. I'm just saying thank you. I'm just saying thank you to them. I can get off stage. All right. Thanks, everybody.
One
Thanks
more
for
time
coming.
for Mr. McFarlane.
Wednesday is the book. Wednesday is the book. That's when history comes. Wednesday.